So if I told you that recycled milk jugs could be made into a park bench, would you believe it? With 3,400 milk jugs, one Olathe company can make a 6-foot park bench. Let's take a look at Frog Furnishings. So you probably wonder how it's possible how milk jugs can be made into something that would support the weight of a human, for instance, in a lawn chair. Well, it all starts with a solid plastic beam like this, but we're gonna have to ask Nick Paradise to know what's the actual first step to going from that milk jug to one of these.
So what we do is we take the recycled plastic in and we bring it into our grinding machine, up the conveyor belt, and we'll chop it into really, really small pieces. We'll clean it and we'll pull out the trash and any metal that might be in it. So before it goes into our machines, we've got a really nice piece of raw material.
Okay, and this process sounds very refined. So you guys have been working in the metro for a really long time.
Yeah, my dad and uncle started the company 47 years ago in their basement in Leawood. So they were making plastic and steel machine parts for the printing industry. And then in the early 90s, we started pioneering recycled plastic.
So when you're talking about recycled plastic, there are a lot of different ways that you could make furniture or lawn chairs, lawn tables, things like that. Why are you guys so keyed in on sustainability?
We are really passionate in my family about recycling. We don't like waste. We don't like throwing stuff away that could be reused into other things. So in the early 90s, when we started pioneering the recycled plastic, we thought, why don't we try to make furniture out of it?
Okay, so you talk about how into not wasting you are. Let's say somebody didn't need this full 9 or 10 foot beam, what would you do with the excess?
So we'll actually take all the excess pieces that we have chopped off in the plant and we'll put them back into our grinding machine and reuse it. So we have 0% waste here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
Beyond these beams, what else do you make?
So we make chairs, tables, receptacles, benches. We make yard games. We make all kinds of stuff.
Okay, well, we can't wait to see exactly what else you've got in store and, of course, the next steps of the process. So the types of plastic that they can use in the mixture is pretty specific. For instance, a water bottle isn't a high enough grade, but the plastic cap on that water bottle, well, it would be. In just a bit, we're gonna see how they melt and mold the plastic. Welcome back. Two brothers started Jayhawk Plastics almost 50 years ago, making high-quality steel and plastic parts. Today, there's Frog Furnishings, started by one of their sons, a company that's all about upcycling plastic in sustainable ways. Let's take a look at how they melt and mold the plastic. So it would seem that a beam like this could actually be made into, a table, a park bench like we're sitting on, anything you'd want. We saw the grinding, but what's the next step?
So we're gonna take the ground up material and bring it into our machine and melt it. We'll take it through 5 different stages, melt it as it goes along, and then we'll take it through tanks that'll cool it.
Okay, so you're talking about melting things, right? Melting milk jugs, melting recycled material from that. It has to get really hot.
It does. We get it as hot as possible. And then we'll take it through our cooling tanks, spray it with water, and get it nice and solid.
Okay, and then from there, what would happen next? So it's kind of cooled down, maybe in the shape it's going to take?
Right, so we'll make a 2x4, a 2x10, different profiles, different lengths. We'll cut it to whatever the customer needs, 6 foot, 8 foot, 12 foot, 50 foot, whatever they want.
Okay, well, all the mechanics seem like it is a well-strung orchestra just working in the background. Do you have any favorite products that you guys make?
We just started a games division yesterday. That's probably my favorite product right now. So we do bag toss boards, giant Jenga, giant Connect 4. It's really cool stuff.
Okay, giant Connect 4, that's on the list of must-see things.
Cool.
So the bench we were actually sitting on, I tried to pick it up and it was misleadingly heavy. I couldn't even lift it at all. So I wasn't kidding about the games. We're gonna hit those up in the next half an hour.
All right, welcome back to Better Kansas City. If there's a way we can reduce our carbon footprint, let's do it, right?
Right, and you can actually do that while playing outdoor games. That's thanks to Frog Furnishings that just started Frog Yard Games. This is going to be a close game. Okay, so, oh, there we go. So, let's talk about this. Why is it better, besides that we can both make the hole in this, to have a bags game made out of plastic instead of wood?
So if you've seen any wood cornhole games, they're always chipped up, they're mildewing, they're broken, they're rotting, they're gross. And so out of recycled plastic, you don't have to worry about any of that.
Okay, well, show us how it's done again. But, what started this journey with you in Kansas City?
In the early 90s, we started pioneering the recycled plastic. So we build furniture out of it, and we're always trying to think, what can we do next? What can we do to help pull plastic milk jugs out of the landfill? And when you're playing, games out at the bar or restaurant, you see these broken wooden boards, and we want to build games that are going to last forever.
Okay, so we're obviously enjoying a nice game of bags right now, and you're gonna help me out there. You know, what else are you guys starting to make?
So we do a giant Jenga, we do giant Connect 4, washers, and then we've already got people asking us other stuff that we can make for them.
Okay, well, congratulations on starting out on these field games, and if I had to count it up, I would say that you definitely won this game.
I think so.
So we did actually go ahead and count that up, and if you weren't keeping track, Nick won 3-2, but I promise fun was had by all, and it was really such a cool process getting to see this company in Olathe as they make that.
Where did you hone your bag game skill?
Man,
The mean
I would
tailgates
have
of
to say,
Arrowhead?
well, I'd say I really haven't done a ton of you know, playing games like that at Arrowhead. I did a little bit in Lexington.
Yeah?
Didn't hardly do any at K-State.
Well, look at you. You had the form down and everything. Well done,
Well,
Melinda.
nothing compared to Nick. So
Nick knows
there
what
you
he's
go.
doing over there.